It's kind of warm and it clears my throat a little bit. Alright guys, it's snowing outside. I got my Sony mug. It looks like I'm late for my 2020 end of the year summary video. So I figured I'd just do a little intro video for the beginning of this year. Excuse me if I have a little bit of a cold. It's kind of snowy out. I've been feeling under the weather the last few days here. But I thought I'd just talk about how the channel went last year and how I have plans for this year. I did mention that a little bit ago in my October to November summary video, and I didn't really stick to my goals as much as I wanted to. I originally had planned to go and make a video once a month. None of those videos ended up on time, so that's one of the things I want to address this year, is actually get a video out by the end of the month, at least once a month. So in that video I did address some of my issues that I had last year. I do plan to go ahead with my one project of trying to review every PlayStation 2 game that was ported on PS4 via the classics or emulation. I'm not going to count remasters or remakes on there. And then I also will probably try to go over all the PlayStation Classic titles. I know that's kind of a subject, but I figured I'd play through them as much as I can, depending on if you can beat them or not. I also do have a friend that was supposed to make me some elements for my videos, so that way I'd have proper cue cards, visual elements and stuff. He has not got back to me, and that was around October or November that he said he was going to do that. So I'll probably work on making some myself. But it looks like we did get 12 videos last year, so I guess my goal was partially met. It wasn't really that perfect. The Vita videos were a lot longer, more difficult of a process than I thought they would be. I also have not nailed the angle of actually getting proper lighting and a proper angle for recording those. I will try to figure that out this year. They also are not short projects, because that's my first time tearing those down or taking them apart or working on them sometimes. And depending on the model, it could take 4 hours for me to do some of the simpler tasks for Windows updates, and that is a lot of video editing that I am not ready to do yet. I'm also debating looking over some of my turntables and audio equipment that I have and just doing some basic overviews with that. The thing with audio stuff though is, unless I have like a proper high audio capture device to let you hear the audio quality, you're not going to notice the difference. And then number two, YouTube and other video sharing websites, they compress the audio levels to a certain rate, so unless you're in person you're not going to really notice the difference. So that kind of ruins part of reviewing those. I know there are YouTubers like TechMoan still do it, but I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that kind of process on my budget. Also, you might have noticed from the intro video, someone donated a PlayStation 5 to us, so that's pretty cool. I plan on making stuff with that, but right now I don't feel like plugging it into a capture device that can only do 1080p. I am working on picking up a 4K capture device that will stand alone, so that way I'm not in an uncomfortable setup while I record for it. I also thought about it. A lot of people seem to be interested in Vita and PSP. Right now I don't have a real good way to capture PSP natively, and I don't really feel like doing the emulator route, so I think I might try to find games that are compatible with the PlayStation TV. For those that weren't aware, it was a little PlayStation Vita that pretty much connected to your TV. I think in Japan it was literally called PS Vita TV. Over here it was just called PlayStation TV. And it's basically a Vita that works as a standalone console. It has a few features that I believe are missing, like there's no touchpad. You can use the DualShock 4 controller if I recall, and the PlayStation 3 controller, the DualShock 3. But then some of the titles don't seem compatible. I don't know what the reason behind that is. I know there were some weird things, like a friend of mine lended me Danganronpa, and for some reason part of the sides weren't rendered. I don't know if that was forcing the game to be rendered at 720p instead of the native Vita 546 or something p. I forget, it has a really weird resolution. I'm also experimenting with how I want to do the credits and outro. I get some inspiration from YouTuber TechMoan. I'm sure many of you have watched him, possibly. He covers a bit of old audio and whatnot. But that's about it. I hope everybody's having a good 2021 so far. Expect to see this video up soon, and also I hope you enjoyed the new intro that I'm working on. I'll probably try to find a more suitable music for it. So until next time, everybody take care.